people. But then going through the pictures is a big reminder of, here's all the things you don't have to give up just because you're facing this disease.
And you're still beautiful.
Yeah. And there will be life beyond cancer, and there will be strength beyond cancer, and beauty and intimacy, and all the things that people are so worried that they're going to lose.
Absolutely. Well, Katelyn, thank you so much for being here. And again, if you're interested.
How many people recognize this image? This is the image most of us see when we go into the surgeon's office and talk about the possibility of reconstruction. I'm sorry, what does this image make you think of? Really, give me words. Surgery. Clinical. For me, intimidating. Impersonal. Pain. Barbie. What's that? Fake. Yeah. Which means that we're taking a scared person and we're scaring them further by taking one single image that can confirm the worst of people's fears. I'm going to become a number. I'm going to lose my personality. I'm going to lose my femininity. What a horrible idea. And yet, from the medical perspective, again, this is a good surgical result. And it's protecting the person's privacy. I understand why, from the medical perspective, this is a good photo. And I understand why, from the patient perspective, this is horrible. Which is why it has disaffectionately earned the nickname the mastectomy mugshot. This is Tony. Tony said, I need something to flash again. I like flashing people. I need something worth flashing. Took 4 weeks for my son to stop flashing everybody after she left my house for her photo session. Tony asked her husband in the shower one day, what will it take for you to touch me again? She said, I don't think he was turned off. I don't think that he was at all put off from me. I think he was worried about hurting me. And her husband answered, what about a tattoo of a nautilus shell? And Tony said, what? Turns out a nautilus shell had been kind of a symbol for them when they were dating. She had a t-shirt of it that they both wore. She said, why not? So she went in and she had a tattoo of a nautilus shell down on one side, and she designed the rest of it. She said, as I looked into the mirror, watching this tattoo artist draw his colors on me, and seeing nothing in my body but a beautiful blank canvas with which to grace with his art, tears of joy and relief rolled down my face, and I stepped back into my body again. This is Mary. I adore this photo. Mary is one of the worst surgical outcomes I've ever seen. She has intense radiation burning along her chest. She's got a lot of divots and bumps and lumps. And every time I look at her photo, and every time I looked at her through these sessions, my eyes were on them. They were the cutest thing you have ever seen in your whole life. Silly goose, silly gander, silly goose, silly gander. And we say, okay, go ahead and give her a little kiss. And then we say, okay, stop, we can't see either one of you now. Mary helps remind me that that's who she is and not this. And Mary's story that she shared with us is all about the blessings that cancer brought into her life. This is Georgine, who says just the most inspiring, straightforward line I have heard yet when it comes to scarring. And she simply stated, I am a mass of scars. They tell the story of my life. From my gallbladder surgery to my C-section, my stretch marks from my children, my mastectomy scars. This is my life written on my body. And if anybody somehow thinks this makes me a lesser person, I don't care to know that person anyway.
In this book, it's quite provocative in a way where you're putting it out there, you know, what a woman looks like post having a mastectomy and kind of what your body looks like after having cancer. Was that intimidating for some of the people in your book?
This was an act of profound bravery on behalf of a lot of different people, because when you walk into a clinical office and all you're able to see is this little neck to waist post-op shot, this is more intimidating, it's more frightening, and it's not actually helpful to picture this on yourself. And yet, when you look at the women in this book who are sharing their smiles, their personality, and these bare-chested portraits of life beyond cancer, and oh, by the way, this is what surgery really looks like on someone, it's a pretty profound difference.
Absolutely.
And they were that brave because they felt that strongly that a different type of resource needed to exist.
Absolutely.
I don't think that we are lessened by our scars. Some of the folks in this book said, my body is my hero. My body is coming back from the war for my life. My body is what won this war for me, has allowed me to stay on in this world, has protected my soul. And these are my battle scars, and I wear them with pride. We are not lessened by our scars. We are made more by them, more complex, more interesting. Those fracture lines send back rainbows.